Good morning, everyone, or should I say good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world, and welcome to the JoomlArt T3V3 webinar. Today you're going to learn about the popular T3V3 template framework for building a template within Joomla, and you're also going to get a lot of resources about how to get some help developing. Now, JoomlArt has created over 150 templates for various CMSs, but JoomlArt is much more than a template club. They have created the T3V3 framework that really has revolutionized Joomla. And T3V3, it's in its third generation, and it's the first framework to support iPhones and other handheld devices and right-to-left languages. So the framework allows users the ability to customize high-quality websites with a lightweight and user-friendly framework. The T3V3 framework is free for all users, and many leading template clubs are using the T3 to build their own templates now. So this webinar really is for just about anyone interested in learning how to develop a webinar, and what you're going to learn today is about back-end features of JoomlArt. You're going to use or learn and see how to use mega menu features, layout configuration. You're going to learn about theme magic, template overrides, theme customization, bootstrap, less, and CSS. So we've got a couple gentlemen from JoomlArt who are going to join us in a minute, but I'm going to give you a very quick introduction to our company, CloudAccess.net. If you're new to our service, we're the official host of demo.joomla.org. And so we host that site, and what happens is about 15,000 users come to us every month through joomla.org to launch their free trial of Joomla. And we host that site free for 30 days in the cloud, and you can access all of our training materials to learn how to build your site. And we host these webinars to help people learn different parts of Joomla, learn what's possible and what's out there. We're also a unique hosting company because we provide phone support. You can pick up the phone and call us directly. You can submit an online ticket or use our live chat feature to get direct help as you develop your site. I do see a lot of repeat attenders, as I call them, in today's webinar. A lot of familiar names on the list, but a lot of new names too. So if you are new to the service, you want to learn more about CloudAccess.net, you can post a question, and that's true for JoomlArt and T3V3 too. There's a slide out question and answer area. Post those questions. Peter is going to be presenting from JoomlArt today, and I'm going to help moderate your questions to Peter at the end. So feel free to find that area, say hello, let us know which area of the world you're attending from today. It's always kind of fun to network that way. I also want to just let you know I am recording this right now, and this webinar will be available on our YouTube channel later today, youtube.com/cloudaccess. I'll show you that in just a little while. I'll show you that channel. I'm going to close this presentation though, and I'm going to say good morning to Peter at JoomlArt. Hey Peter, are you there?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm really well. It's not good morning.
Okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep, I got you. But it's not morning there. You are located where?
We're currently in Hanoi, Vietnam, and it's currently 8:05 p.m. in the evening. And it's me, Peter, and the creator of JoomlArt, Mr. Hung here. So we're going to be helping you guys out, find more about the T3 version 3 framework, and sharing a lot of exciting resources with you.
Awesome. So it's very good to have you guys. Thanks for doing the webinar. I'm going to pass the presentation to you now, and you should see a screen up there to accept it, and I'll let you know when we can see your screen. All right, we got you.
Okay, well, we're all set. Well, first I'd like to thank Cloud Access for this opportunity. You guys are a great site and a great hosting service, and we love working with you. So today we're going to be talking about the T3 version 3 framework. Now, as you know, this is a framework for the very popular CMS Joomla. Now, the T3 version 3 framework was created by JoomlArt, but it's not just for JoomlArt, it's for everyone. We've released it under the general public license, and it's open source. Saying that, we also have a great team here who's working for you day and night to constantly improve the system. So we always love hearing suggestions, always love knowing your feedback about it. The main topic and the main thing we're going to be talking about is T3 version 3, but we don't have enough time to show you how to use it effectively in 1 hour or even 1 day. So what we're going to be doing is giving you an overview and then sharing a lot of the great resources with you. There's an incredible amount of documentation on the internet for this, and we'll get started right now. So first, we're going to start out at t3/framework.org. So this is the main site for the T3 system. This is where you can go to get downloads, ask questions, try a live demo. And so as you can see here, this is the home page. Let me just move this down. Can you see that all right? So as you scroll down, you see there's the live demo, and you can also download here. Now, people might be wondering, what is T3? Well, T3 is a framework that we've built over the past few years in order to make Joomla more effective and easier to build websites. So there's some really great benefits, and some of the main ones are featured here. First of all, it's a responsive design, which means this looks great on not only all browsers, but also devices. With the ever-increasing mobile traffic and iPads and tablets, we think that's very important in websites nowadays. Also, it's built using HTML5, so this is pretty futuristic. We're up to date, nothing to worry about. And then Bootstrap. Bootstrap comes from Twitter, and it's a great way to do things quick and effectively, and we'll be showing you some of the great typography it comes with. Now last, but definitely not the least important, is the SEO. We built this with in mind. And today, it's an ever-increasing race to have traffic come to your site and make sure you stick out and are effective. And T3 version 3 is built with this from the ground up. There was 2 previous versions of T3, but this 3rd version has been totally rebuilt to be as good as it can be. But don't worry, we're still going to be looking at improving it even more. So as you can see on the main page, you have the T3 gallery with some screenshots, the live demo, the download T3. So let's check out the download page on the top. Okay, as you can see here, you have a couple options. This is where you can get everything to do with T3 version 3. You can get the framework package, you can get the quick start for Joomla 2.5 and Joomla 3.0. So this is great. We have the past version of 2.5, the stable version, and we also have 3.0, and then it'll be great with 3.5 when it comes out. We're always quick to update, and we always want to make sure that everything's working great. So you see, there's a blank template, there's a quick start for ease of use, and then there's just the T3 framework plugin. Remember, this is open source, free to use anytime. Okay? So everyone sees that okay? Another great thing about the t3framework.org site is the documentation. As you can see, the documentation has 6 main parts. There's introduction, installation, T3 settings, layout system, customization, and frequently asked questions. So as you can see, anytime you want to know something, maybe you want to know an introduction about the T3 framework, simply return to the site. So this is the description of the site, lists the main features once again, including exciting features we have such as mega menu, multiple layouts, theme magic, and we're going to be talking about those a little bit later. And then at the bottom you can also see there's links to videos. Now this is something we've been working on at JoomlArt, is we're going to have tutorial videos for you, and the ones listed here are some of the simpler ones, but we're actually going to have step-by-step with sound tutorial videos. We've already started coming out with those on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/JoomlArt, and we're going to be doing 1 a week for the next few months of those, so there will be quite a few. Okay. Oh, it just started raining here in Vietnam. Hope the weather's better wherever you guys are. A couple things we'd like to mention is we'd like to thank Bang to Joomla, Joom Bamboo Club, and a few others like Theme Rocks for adopting T3. We think it's very important to have a common framework for Joomla, and that it helps people to be more effective and work better together. And that's why we released it under the general public license, and we also want everyone to work together to make it better. So a special thanks to Anthony, too, over at Joomla Bamboo. So if you go to the top, once again, installation. Installation is a cinch. You have a couple different options, but please check the system requirements before you install. Okay? They're not too heavy. Okay. Okay, so here we have all the different browser requirements. I've just been told I'm talking a little fast. I'm going to slow it down. Sorry about that. Very excited to talk to people all over the world. This is actually my first webinar. So downloading is very easy, and remember, this will always be free and always be fun. You can play around with it. If you want to see the code, just let us know. Happy to share. Okay. Next, we have the T3 settings. So we're going to be going into the back end to show you more about the settings of the site using the live demo on the site in just 1 minute. But as you can see, we also have screenshots and then additional videos for you to find. The main goal of this webinar is not to try to teach you everything about T3 version 3, but to show you the resources that you have available to refer back to you in the coming days, weeks, and months as you build your site. Okay, the layout system is also another great system here. We have a special layout system with easy-to-use positions. There's no coding involved. It's click, it's point, includes multiple layouts for each menu. You can assign different layouts to different menus within the same website, which is great. Okay, so customization. We wanted to have a framework that was light and flexible, but also easy to customize, so we kept that in mind when we developed the T3 framework. It was developed not only with the Joomla team, but with help from the Drupal and WordPress team in order to make it the best framework that it could be. Okay, there's a lot of frequently asked questions when using anything new, and we're going to be updating this, but stay tuned for new and submit your own to get on here. The typography comes from Twitter with Bootstrap. Okay? So here we have laid out all the typography you can access using Bootstrap in T3. Okay, and I know everyone's very excited about these icons. Look at this huge list of icons that are built in. It's very exciting for us. Okay. Last but definitely not least on the main page, there's the discussions. This is where we'll tell you when there's a new update to T3. This is where you can ask a question. This is where you can come and basically anything about T3 you want to know. So this is the T3 Framework.org website. This has all the things you will need to start using T3. So if you notice, you can go back to the home page, and there is a live demo before you download T3. So we're going to go to that live demo. But first, next time you're here and you're trying out the demo, if you like it, remember to tweet it, Google+, pin it, share it any way you can, Facebook. So it's quite simple. We're going to click on Live Demo. Two options are going to come up. T3 for Joomla 2.5 and T3 for Joomla 3.0. So we're going to go with Joomla for 3.0. Now the password and login are already there for you. Language, default, English. Okay, so click again. Okay, so this is where you start. This is the Joomla control panel I'm sure many of you are already familiar with. So we're going to go to extensions at the top. Everyone see that? Now we're going to go down to Template Manager. Click. Okay, as you can see, we have a list of starting templates. Now, the T3 version 3 framework is free and open source and comes with a blank template. But many template clubs, such as JoomlArt, build our templates using the T3 system. So when we use ours here, we have a whole list of amazing templates that we've built, and we'll show you that in a little bit. So we're going to start with the T3 blank default. Just wait for that to load. Okay. Now it's building the template. Now it's all set. Everyone should see. Okay, so here's the T3 framework. Now it'll start you out on the overview page. The overview page shows you what template you're using, the version, the release date, the author, and some important information like whether it's up to date. As you can see, we're up to date. So you can see the T3 blank template is up to date, and also that the T3 framework itself is up to date. Now, we'll be releasing various upgrades throughout the year. So you can either come to the website to visit, you can check in the overview, or you can listen on our social media, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Okay, so now let's get into the framework. Now we're going to start with general. So when we're making changes, we want to make sure development mode is enabled. Okay? Now you can see the next option is Theme Magic. We want this to be enabled. This is a really great feature we're going to be showing you that allows you to change the website with a minimum of work while actually staying on the front end. Everything from changing the width to columns to changing the default background colors. Okay. Responsive. Responsive is very important nowadays. With the ever-increasing amount of people using mobile devices, we think it's very important that all websites have responsive templates. Now what responsive means is the website will change based on the device the user is using. Okay? And in a little bit we're going to show you how you can do different layouts. Okay, next, the T3 assets folder. This is your catch. This is where it compresses your files and tries to make the site for the site performance, and it is rewritten when you make changes. And last but not least, we have the Show T3 logo. We like to show T3. We like to spread the word about this great open source software, and we hope you do too. But just in case you don't, there's always the option to turn it off. Okay? So as you can see, when you make changes, there's an exclamation point inside of a pyramid just to let you know you've made changes. Let's successfully save these changes. Okay. Now, as you can see, you can get more help at the top under Help. So click here. It says Welcome to T3. This is a short introduction tour from the back end of the website. T3framework.org had a short tour from the front end, but this is from the back end. So once you're involved, if you need a little help, you can always click here. Okay? So there's a short tour. This tells you about some of the things we've been talking about. The button here, compile less to CSS. This is when you're in development mode or making changes. This makes whatever changes you do compiled to the corresponding CSS files, which are the actual files that get your site running. Theme Magic. We're very excited to show that to you in a second. It's a visual customization that has many parameters, and it lets you do amazing things all from the front end of your site. It's displayed on a side panel. The style to edit. T3 version 3 blank and T3 different templates come with different styles, so you have different options out of the box. Okay, this is the language of the current style. It is a multilingual option. Right now we'll just be in English. So as we said, here's the template version and update. If you have any problems or something's not working quite right, you might want to check this first. Okay, frameworks version and update, same thing. If you have any problems, make sure everything is up to date. Then global settings. There are three very important things: the development mode, theme magic, and responsive. Theme settings. So what this means is we have different color themes, even on the basic template. This lets you customize and make your website stand out from everyone else's. The layout settings. We're going to get really involved with layout settings. That's one of the great things about T3, is you can do your layout in a variety of ways on the same website for different devices. Things such as iPads or iPhones, you can set it to look totally different and make it the best it can be for that particular device. Mega menu configuration. This is a fantastic feature. Mega menus are complex but easy to build. They bring a great user experience. You can even embed video and have submenus, and we'll be showing you that in a little bit. Menu assignment. Now this is a great feature. So what you do is you build your different customization, and then you can assign it to each menu. So you can have different style menus within the same website with different customizations. And this makes it really easy to do. You can have the list of all of the menus and assign them to which type of layout you would like. Okay, so that's the end of the help. Now as you can see, we're going to go to theme. Excuse me while I take a drink of water. Okay, so theme. We have different colors of themes. We have the dark, the green, the orange, and the red. Okay, we're going to keep it on default for now. The image, you can either have text or image. Don't forget to name your own site here and your slogan. You can also load a logo image. Remember when making any changes to save your changes. Okay, so as you can see, the current style we're using is Home 2, T3 blank. Okay, and now we're going to go to layout. Okay, so layout. Now bear with me because layout can get a bit confusing, but if you just stay patient, it's really easy. Okay, so as you can see, we're using Home 2. Now we have the module positions, and then we have the responsive layout. So as you can see, we have the different logos. Okay, so you have the different sidebars, the different components, the messages, the menu. So as you can see, we generally have a width of 12, and we assign each box its own pixel width. So you can do any combination in 12. You can have 112, you can have 363, you could have 2 6s. Okay? Now, you can just click to see the different combinations. Okay? All with the ease of one click. Okay, now one of the most exciting things, as we said, was responsive layouts. Well, what does that actually mean? Well, as you can see, we have wide, normal, X tablet, tablet, and mobile. Okay? So what can we do realistically? We could add or remove mobile positions, module positions. Okay? So we can click and see how that hasn't turned red and it's disappeared. It's currently hidden position. So this means under wide viewing devices, this current position will not show. Okay? Okay, so let's say sidebar 1, we don't want that on mobile. It's an ad and it'll take up too much of the screen. We click and it'll be hidden. Now you can do a different responsive layout for every device, for wide, normal, X tablet, tablet, and mobile. Remember, you can also reset the layout for that current device if you make some mistakes, or if you don't like the way it turned out and you want to try again, you can reset all. One thing we'd like to say again is remember to save your changes when you're building your website. It's very frustrating to put a lot of work in and make it look perfect and then have it crash or turn off the computer and then have to do it all over again. So as you can see, there's different sizes. Mobile is the smallest. To show you what the responsive layout looks like, we're going to quickly go back to the t3framework.org website. Okay. And now we're going to shrink it to show you. Okay, so this is about the size of a tablet here. Now as you can see, the site has shrunk. It's been responsive. It knows how big the screen is by itself, and it's adjusted the content to show that. And as you can see, everything still looks really good here. Now, let's shrink it even more and see how the site handles it. Okay, this is about the new Galaxy phones, maybe a little bit bigger. And as you can see, everything's really lined up nice. It looks very good. Now let's shrink it really tiny, like iPhone 3s. Okay, as you can see, everything still looks really good. All the alignments are still there. All the fonts are great. The text has shrunk to fit the screen, and so has the graphics. Okay, everything is lined up great. So this is what we're talking about when we say responsive. This is a very important feature for the future moving forward. Okay, let's come back. So when you've made the changes you want, you can save as a copy. And you can save it with a different name. So you can try different layouts and then check how they look and come back to it. Or if you aren't quite sure, you can have a couple options to test with your friends. So we can just call it try number 1. So we clone it. Okay, let's refresh this. We're going to log back in. Remember, we're using the demo, so occasionally you have to log back in. Okay. Now another thing we'd quickly like to show you is if you go to the JoomlArt website and /demo, you can see what these websites will look like with graphics and content. So what we've done here is we've taken our products and we put them on a great demo site. So let's go up to JArgo, which is a great template for Joomla 3.0 or 2.5. So as you can see, this is what the website will look at in the front end. And then to show you that responsive, we're going to click down on the phone. And as you can see, we did that so one graphic shows up, and then a news story, and then another graphic and a news story. And this is a great way to do a layout for mobile with news sites. No one likes pushing around the screen trying to find the text. So, okay, tablets are also quite popular nowadays. Okay. So something this site has, JArgo, is it has a sticky menu. Now what a sticky menu means is that the top menu follows the screen down. If you notice that, we're scrolling down, but the top menu is still there. It's sticky. This means you don't have to scroll all the way back up. So when you come to the end of a lot of content, it's nice because you can just return or use any option based on the top menu. Okay? This is included in the JArgo and many templates from JoomlArt. Okay, so let's go back to the T3 site. One thing we'd like to highlight is that the documentation also has videos. These videos are found on YouTube. There's links from the T3framework.org, but there's also a separate YouTube channel with tutorial videos. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to YouTube. We're going to go to JoomlArt. Okay? This YouTube channel has been quite popular over the past few years. We're up to 4,000 subscribers and over 1.3 million video reviews. So we have all kinds of different tutorials on here, but the thing we're concerned about today is the T3 videos. So we have different things. We have the T3 version 3 videos. These are short, simple videos introducing each feature, much like the documentation page on the T3 site. And then we also have longer ones that are coming out with step-by-step tutorials. And we'll be bringing those to you about 1 per week. Okay, so stay tuned to this. If you have any questions, you can always check the YouTube channel before you ask. And it does a lot of the simple stuff. It walks you through them. For example, mega menus have been a big hit. Everyone gets really excited to use mega menu. Okay, so as you can see, we have a mega menu video. So these videos are in a series, and they're teaching you all about T3. So as you can see, it'll show you step by step. It'll have helpful prompts. There'll be a helpful voice guiding you along. Okay? So we want you to remember throughout this webinar that if you want to learn more about anything or you're a little confused, you can always refer back to the T3Framework.org site, or you can go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/JoomlArt, and we have about 100 videos and more coming. Okay, everyone's all set with that? Okay. One last resource we'd like to show you before coming back to the back end for a little bit to highlight some of the things we've said is there's also one more forum located in JoomlArt's website itself. So as you can see, you simply go to the web page, the home page, look at the top menu, click Forms, and we have all kinds of forums on all different subjects that are related to Joomla. So we have it for all of our templates. So any template club member, or if you're using a free template, we have many. Come here, ask a question if you're a bit confused about something. Find the user guides or read, keep up to date. This also hosts our Magento theme forums. And then as you can see, we have a T3 framework form. Now, although T3 is very simple and it's very effective, occasionally there is a small problem. So if you can't get it fixed by yourself or you need a helping hand, we have a great community of people here that have been working with T3 since it started, and many of them have actually helped to build T3. Hopefully you guys will be there soon. And just come here, check out the past forums, check out anything that might be of interest to you, and then if you have your own question, let us know. Like we said, there's also the discussions forum on the T3 framework site. Okay, we're going to return to T3 demo. Okay, so now one thing, we're going to go to the top menu again, and we stopped at layouts. Okay, now we're going to move on to navigation. Okay, so as you can see, everything's built to be very easy to use and very simple. The drop-down trigger for the mega menu, for menus, is either a mouse click or simply the mouse hovering for it to come down. We also have the choice of off-canvas navigation. This means part of the screen or part of the content will actually go off the canvas or off the screen of the user when they're not using it, such as a menu. And it's a very exciting feature we've developed. Okay, always show submenu. You can turn this on or off based on your opinion of that. Navigation type, we're going to say a mega menu. Okay, this is the mega menu configuration. T3 has gotten a lot of interest because of people who like to develop mega menus. And we have a video tutorial on it. It's about 5 to 10 minutes long, and it's on the JoomlArt YouTube. But just to give you a quick overview, there's many exciting things you can do with the mega menu. Okay. So as you can see, you have different configurations for the item. There's the submenu. So you can see there's no submenu for Home Style 1, but there is a submenu for Home. You have the grouping. you have the positions, the class, the icons, and the caption. So let's go to a more feature-rich menu, such as typography. Okay, so as you can see, you can adjust everything. You can add, remove columns. You can hide them when they're collapsed. You can adjust the width as we talked before using this 1 through 12. As you can see, we have 3 different columns of a width of 4, adding up to 12. Okay, and then you have the module. So as you can see, these are quite exciting. In this example, there's actually a video, and we've seen many great sites taking advantage of this, where they have their menu and then their submenus with information, and then they either have a quick video, either telling people what's been happening lately, or a fan favorite to grab the interest actually built into the menu. So that module is possible. Okay, so as you can see, the different layouts. So just get in there, play around. Feel free to use the demo on the T3 website before you download if you want. Okay. So one thing we really want to talk to you about is Theme Magic. Theme Magic is a really exciting feature. Theme Magic is used through the front end of the site, and this lets you change so many things and customize your site extensively without even having to be on the back end. So when you use Theme Magic, a window is loaded onto the left side of your site. Okay. So as you can see, this has different colors. We talked about this earlier, but we didn't make any changes. But just for a big contrast, let's change the theme to dark and then preview. And you can see how the look of the site completely changed with one click of the button through the front end. Okay. Okay, that looks nice and bright. So we have the wide layout width, the gutter width, the normal layout width. We basically have all the different widths possible in the pixels, and we can adjust them all from here. Simply click and type in, and then preview, or save, save as, or delete. So this is fun because you can play a lot with Theme Magic. You can save as many different themes, and then you can look at them later and decide what you liked or delete what you didn't like and make many changes and make your site much different in very little time. And that's one thing we're really trying to do with the framework, is make it where you can make great changes to your site, get it set up very quickly and effectively. So these are all the widths. This isn't the only menu. Okay? The grid menu is the first menu, and below we have the scaffolding. Okay, this you see has some built-in options. Now the color, as you can see, it's at white. But we don't have to even type. We can just simply click and then choose all along the color spectrum for which color we prefer. So here on the right, this picks the general color, and then this is the more specific here. Everyone see that? So what would be a very contrast, okay? So as you can see, we've made a change, but it hasn't saved. So there's a little warning here that you've made a change. So let's preview that. So as you can see, the background color just had a drastic change. So this is really fun to play with. You can make everything look very unique and customized with a simple click of the mouse. You can also change the text color. Okay. There you guys go. As you can see, I would never build the site with these colors, but just for a clear example, see how effective and quick that is. Okay, you can also change the colors of the link. With pages with a lot of links, this is very important. Sometimes you want to have a link stick out and jump at the user, or sometimes there's a lot and you kind of want to hide it in the text. Okay, now the next is visual. Okay, so you can play with the nav bar and have the spotlight. You can invert them, or you can change the radius elements. Okay? Modules. So there's different modules. What you can do, the background is set transparent, but what you can do is adjust that. Okay. So you see these modules? We've just changed the background color of them. Or for a really clean website, I generally like to keep it transparent. So, and just to show you an example, if we change back to default and click preview, okay. Okay, and then it asks us if any changes have been made. Let's save this first. So let's save this as our really ugly one. Okay. So you see the bar is loading. It takes a little bit to save. Okay, and when it's done, you'll see the theme changes were saved successfully. Okay, now we went back to default. So as you can see, all those changes I just made are gone. So I wanted to start over, but maybe I like some of the things I did before. So if you go to the theme and click on default to the right, and the drop-down menu appears, you can see the theme really ugly is still there. Not that we'll be looking at it again. So module background color, we showed you this, but there was quite a lot of colors, so let's change this again to green. Then we'll scroll down to our modules, as you can see here. Okay. So next, typo. This is simply for the typography, the size of your fonts. Larger, smaller, very simple. See, we just made that from 14 through 18. And we have a few different options for you. You can load custom fonts. We have monospace, serif, sans serif. Same for the headings. So as you can see, this is amazingly quick. It's one-click changes to your site through the front end. We hope you like this. Last but not least is the footer style. Okay, let's make this. There we go. Wow, look at those colors. I am not a designer. So let's come back to the top. So this is theme magic. Remember, this is in the front end of your site, but it's accessed through the back end with the simple theme magic. And in case you can't remember, there's a magic wand icon. So, okay. So we just went over a quick view of the back end of T3, including the overview, the general, themes, layout, navigation, and assignments. Okay, and remember how we got here. It's under Extensions and Template Manager when you load this. Okay, so remember that this is just a starting point, but we have a lot of exciting documentation, either through YouTube, through the JoomlArt website, or T3. Okay, so we're going to take some user questions in a little bit. Okay, so please let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah, hey, you guys are getting a lot of questions. Really, really great stuff. I love that preview pane. I love being able to make my change in the back end and then preview on the front end right on that one browser. That's really a cool tool, and a lot of folks are commenting that they're picking up some good information. I do have some questions for you already, and folks, don't be shy. Post the question there into the GoToMeeting sign-up question area. We'll get those to Peter. Richard posted a question towards the beginning, and he wrote, Bernie, what type of framework should we download that goes with your tutorials of deleting the data from the individual template? Well, you know, Richard, you don't necessarily need a framework. You probably want to get started with a complete template. There are so many available. What T3 really allows you to do is develop, right? Develop your own template and really style. When we host those Learn the Basic webinars, we get so many questions about changing that module color, the background color. And what T3V3 does, it allows you to do that sort of seamlessly without having to get the coding, have that coding knowledge and that background. So really cool tool, guys. Paul had posted a question: can he actually add content, logos, articles, etc. as he's going along? He kind of showed that a little bit, front end to back end, Paul. I hope you got enough of what you were looking for. He's right. Peter's right. This is a huge thing. T3 is very, very big. If they were to do an entire site build with T3, it would take probably 5 sessions if they wanted to show you all the ins and outs. And I'm really glad that he did show the YouTube material, because they have a very popular channel actually with tons of great content. So hopefully that'll help you. Let's see here. Frank said we should consider doing a Joomla 3.0, learn the basics with this template instead of the default Protostar. I do want to use it. I'm going to use it eventually at some point. Frank, thanks for attending. Now here's a question directly for you guys there, Peter. Ruth said, looking at the module layout screen, what are the messages and component module positions used for? Ruth's been playing around with the template, but for some reason she can't get the content into those positions. So can you show us what those module...
You made it full screen.
Can you show us the message and component module positions? Hey,
Okay.
Peter.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go to that. So module positions. Okay. So as you can see, we have the different modules here. Now, which one do you want to do? Do you want to change the position of a module, or do you want to resize a module? Because you can do both.
It looks like she's
so as
just...
you can see, you can select a position. Simply click on the wheel on the top right. Okay, everyone see this? You can choose the different positions on the site, and that box will move to whichever you choose.
So it looks like she's trying to get content in 2 positions specifically. One of them is the message position, and one is component. And she's not having any luck. Peter, are you there?
Yes. So we're going to show you how to add content to a module position. Now remember, these menu layouts are assigned. Okay. So do you mean to assign through the assignments, where you can choose where you want to go? For example, what we just did, we can assign the home style or the typography or documentation page, and we can save that.
Yeah, I think Ruth is looking for 2 specific positions, trying to get content in there, but, being unfamiliar...
Okay. Well, what we can do is we can show you on our demo. Remember, the demo on the T3 website doesn't actually show everything that can be done, because it's hosted and you can't really make any changes to the fundamental part of it. But you can also download it and then play with it yourself. So if she's using the demo, that might be her problem. First, you should download T3 with the blank template, and that'll give you access to all the features. So if she's simply using the demo, it won't have the full range of features in building a website. you need to actually download the T3 version 3 to your computer.
Okay. Ruth also wants to know where you got your colorful graphics on your demo homepage.
We have an in-house graphics team, and then we are also a member of several graphics clubs, and we always on the lookout for great stuff. We work with a lot of different companies. As you know, we have over 100 templates, so it's quite a big production over here.
Yeah,
We constantly are updating them, and we don't just have Joomla. We're also doing WordPress, Drupal. We have a great Magento store, and then we have a couple of great side projects we're working on, like JA Wall, which I don't know if you've seen, but it's very exciting.
I remember JA Elastica. Is that similar at all?
Yes, that's similar.
Okay. Now, do you guys have any free templates? Frank wants to know.
Yes, we have many free templates. So when you go to when you want a free template, first we're going to show you the one of the free templates. We have many. But these are found at our website only. The only way to get the free templates is to go to JoomlArt.com. So just open any browser, go to JoomlArt.com. Okay, you'll see a downloads bar. Now, I don't know if you saw that. I did it a little quick. So by the top, find downloads, and then you scroll down, and then there's T3, which directs you to t3framework.org. And then we have a lot of free stuff for you. We believe in giving back to the community. So JA Elastica is a free responsive template for Joomla. And then as you also saw, we did have the blank one too. Now you can load these in a variety of ways. We have where you can just download it, or you can quick start it with sample data, and then it's just like play and plug, where you take your own data, replace the data that's there for the newer users or the people that don't have as much time for customization.
Yeah, it's a really complex template, and we got a great comment about people giving up. A few people have mentioned this. They said, I've been playing with T3V3, and it's so complicated, I get frustrated, I abandon it. Do you have any tips or words of wisdom for those folks who are just starting out? Because it can be intimidating at first.
Yes, I have some great words of wisdom. I've only been using T3 for 1 month. Before, I was more of a WordPress type of guy, and then I've been using T3 for a month, and it's so exciting, and it's such good documentation for it that what I would recommend for them is don't be afraid. You can't break it. So simply go to t3framework.org, download it, play with it. If you get stuck with an issue, remember, the documentation page has a lot of great stuff. Okay? Say you have a question about, I don't know, the layout system. Remember, there's screenshots, there is YouTube videos, there are YouTube tutorials, which we've just started last month. We have 3 already, layout customization, backend, and mega menu, and we're adding 1 a week. And then there's also the forums, where there's a lot of great people who are in the same place that you were maybe a month ago or 6 months ago or a year ago that are happy to help. And, once they get used to using it, we'd be more than happy to know what was it that made it seem intimidating, and we'll see if we can make a change to the next update that makes it a little bit easier for your users.
All right. Very good. I've got a few questions about compatibility with some popular components like K2 or Jom Social. I imagine you guys can, you're compatible with all those popular components, right?
Yes, we're very familiar with them.
And would you say it's easy to integrate?
As you can actually see on your screen, do you see K2?
I see it.
Okay. And Joom Social? We are still working on that. K2 is all set though.
All right. Very good.
But that's definitely something we want to hear feedback. If a lot of people are interested, let us know, and then we'll see what we can do.
Excellent. Paul has asked about custom fonts. Is there a way, how do you upload a custom font? Or is it
Okay.
possible?
For a custom font, you can go to Theme Magic, Typography, Font Family, and then Custom Font. Everyone see that? Okay. Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah, there are several here. Let's see, Karen has posted something about using Cloud Access. Karen, it looks like you're using the gantry template that we built a while back, perhaps? And your question, can we switch from one template to the other? Absolutely you can. So I encourage you to come back to one of our Learn the Basics to learn how to switch templates. But there are many out there. And you know, T3V3 is a very popular framework for a lot of templates, but there are several frameworks out there. So come on back to one of those Learn the Basics. We can kind of walk you through the differences between what's out there, you know, so you can kind of do some more discovery. Daniel posted a question. I'm interested in translating the content, videos, audio, into Spanish. With who can I talk about it? Any mail address? So if someone would need international multilingual help with you guys, is there anyone there that can help, especially Daniel, a Spanish-speaking user perhaps?
To be honest, because of the global nature of the business, I mean, we have customers from pretty much every country in the world. We are sticking with English as our standard support language. We have different support members scattered across the globe, everywhere from the States to Vietnam to India. But everything's pretty much done in English because on any one day in the morning I'll be dealing with someone from Bulgaria, and then next it'll be Pakistan, and then Ethiopia. So it's quite hard to support in different languages. English is kind of the lingua franca, which is quite funny to say, you know, as that's French, but of the technical world, and that's how we've adopted. Many of our individual support members are from different countries, and they might know other languages, but that's more of a side note than an actual benefit.
Okay. You know, Son has posted a question, and Son is a Joomla developer, has been around a while, and he's building right now using T3, and he'd like to know more about adding additional module positions. Can you help at all?
Sure. For this question, I'm actually going to pass it over to Mr. Hung.
All right. Hello, everyone. So the question is how to add a module position, right?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. It has been a while since I last used T3. All right. So let's go back to the administrations. So we'll go to the layouts. Now you want to add more module positions. Maybe where should we? And let me show you the front at the side first. Okay, so on the left side, we have the left module position, right? Okay. So the left side is in the sidebar 1 module, right? So if you want to add one new module to the sidebar position, you have to go to the let me show you I have to close this sidebar. We have to go to the module of the side. Sidebar 1 here. All right, so in the sidebar we have about JoomLart. Now we can turn on the extension module of the we should publish it. All right, so now you refresh on this side, you'll see the new extension module. Oh, wait a minute, let's see. Okay, on page, because it's not published, because on any page I also have to go to inside and then turn it on for every page. Okay, many others. We save it. Now it's going to be here. All right, you see it. So if you want to add a module position, module to a position, you just publish it in the right module position. So are you clear? Is it answer the question?
Yeah, I believe it did, and a few people had the same questions, so that's good. Tom posted a question, and Tom wrote, how does one go from knowing basic CSS to learning the less system, a non-developer, specifically with your framework?
That is the hard part. Because actually, I am a CSS developer before. I didn't do the job right now, but the last is something new. It's kind of a new CSS language, but it's have a variable in your CSS file. So there are, on the internet, there are a lot of websites that provide you the material to do that. So it's out of the T3. Yeah.
For example, you know about the great things that Code Academy is doing. If you go to the Code Academy site, which is free to register and log in, they actually have some brand new stuff with less. It's very cutting edge, so they can go to Code Academy for free.
Okay. Let's see here. Tom, hopefully that helps a little bit. Sounds like there's some more learning to do for you. Code Academy, I haven't heard of that one. Yet. But.
It's a program that's sponsored by several major corporations such as Microsoft to get young people or people who are interested in coding that have no experience or not access to a school, free coding lessons.
Okay, very good. Actually, we have a resource that we were recommending for that too. I can't remember the name of that. I'm kind of sending a message to someone. Let's see. Let's get to some other questions here. Let's see. John posted a question. Is JA Purity scheduled for 3.5 update? Are you going to get that JA Purity ready, or JA Purity 2?
Actually, the Purity is this like blank template that we're providing, because the Purity is a very simple. It's very almost this like blank templates that we have been providing with T3. So actually, if you want to start with something simple, you can use the blank template. up to now, we haven't had any plan to get the purity to work with the new T3.
Okay.
Because the new blank template are written for Bootstrap, and that is something not for purity.
All right. Marco posted a few questions about pricing. He said 30 days for free, but do they have to buy a subscription with you guys? How do subscriptions work?
All right. The subscription is for paid member, and with T3 you don't need a subscription. But with the paid template that we built upon the T3, then you have to pay for subscription to download it. So we have on our website, you can go to the start page, and you see there are a few options for subscriptions. Right, there are duration here, and it's clearly there are 1-year option, 3-month options. There are also standard club membership and developer membership. Developer is like the highest package we have, that you can use this package to develop the website for owner.client as well.
And a note about T3, it's released under the general public license, which means it's open source and it's free to use. We created it, but it's for the community to use, and that's why we love for everyone to use it. It's not our product. It's out there. It's for everyone to use, to experience, and to improve upon. And that's one thing we're really focused, and we're really trying to build a team with that, because there's so many frameworks for Joomla, and we believe that there should definitely always be competing frameworks, but right now there's so many different frameworks that it's quite confusing for the new user, or even for some of the older ones, to have 10 or 15 different frameworks with the size of the customer base of people who use Joomla. So we're really trying to work together with anyone, and anyone who's listening that builds templates, we're more than happy for you to use T3 version 3. It's open source. Come work with us on making it better, on doing updates, and we really want it to be a community effort. It's not something for JoomlArt. It's something for the Joomla community as a whole.
All right. Yeah, we've had some questions about that. I think there's some experienced people in the webinar, and there is some confusion out there. You're right. Ryan posted a question about Zoo CCK compatibility. And so this is a UThemes component he's talking about. And UThemes is built on a different, their templates are built using the Warp framework, of course, but the CCK component is probably going to be compatible. I think you're going to have to get in and test it out, is the answer. You guys don't run into a lot of issues with components not being compatible, do you?
Sorry, what do you mean?
So if someone's, all the different extensions, your framework can accommodate all of them, right?
The very first thing is about whether the component is compatible with the Bootstrap or not. In fact, if the component is compatible with Bootstrap, then our T3 is almost compatible with that extension. So
okay.
Because everything is based on Bootstrap.
Got it. I understand. Hopefully that helps our users who are asking questions about that. Ryan, Marco. Let's move on. Some nice compliments here. Swaminathan has commented, very useful and great webinar. This webinar gives me an idea to work with T3V3 framework. Certainly I'll play with it. Someone else commented, oh my God, this is great information. We had about 110 people registered today. Many questions coming in. I'm just trying to filter through. Looks like Paul's having some trouble adding a logo banner in different positions.
Logo banner. I can show him how to do that.
Okay, yeah.
What logo? let's see. Okay, so we can turn on one modern position for the banner. Let's see what's the banner is in which position first. Okay, banner. Oh, there's. We have to clear this. Okay, so banner is in the position name banner, right? So now we go to the admin of the templates managers. We go to home 3. Wait a minute, how can I go to this? Oh, hold on. I do not have permission to go this. I think we have to log in again. All right, so the banner is in banner position. I'll remove here everything here. Just leaving one modern position, and I change it to banner. Let me see where's banner. Where is that? I can't find the banner here. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. What is it? I don't know why, but the banner position is not visible in the admin T3. So for the time being, we can change it to maybe another position, maybe position 10. Okay, maybe save it, and we go back to here. This is a demo account, so that is not super admin account. So we don't have enough permission to do that. We have to log in again.
All right, maybe you've identified the same issue that Paul was experiencing.
So what actually happened is we can fix it.
No, hold on.
They just have to go back into Joomla. Right now it's not showing in T3. So they're going to have to go back and grab the banner. See, we just added it.
Right, we saved it. And now the banner should be in put it to some time, and it should be here.
So because we're using a demo site, that's why it's not doing it. But you just go back into Joomla with your normal backend, and you can change it the way you saw before.
All right, Paul, hopefully that helps. And guys, Paul's having some issues. I think he's trying to update from an older version of T3, and he's received an error when trying to update.
Which version is using? He was using.
I'm sorry?
Which version he is using right now?
Yeah, Paul, let us know which version you're using. You're trying to update. He's getting an error saying 1.2.4 error, invalid extension update. So you might want to visit their forum. Paul, we can't troubleshoot your individual.
Let me make one thing clear. The T3 have a 3 generation. Generation 1, 2, and now we are in generation 3. You can only upgrade the version within 1 generation. Because with the version 3, we totally rebuild it. We use Bootstrap, which is the base CSS framework for JoomLArt 3. So it's not compatible with JoomLArt 1.5 or 2.5, right? So the same thing happened because with the T3 version 2, generation 2, it doesn't work with T3 version 3. So you can't upgrade it because in the version 2 there's no Bootstrap at all. So I want to make sure you are clear about that.
Okay, it looks like Paul's running 3.1.1 and got a copy of the T3 framework this morning from you folks. Make sure, Paul, it's T3V3 and not an older version if you're using 3.1. Richard has a question. For the devices that will look at the template, do you or can you design the same template that would fit for each device? Meaning, will the device recognize the different template styles, designs for a particular template? And that's the whole point of a responsive template. You're creating one website, Richard, that's looking great on all different types of devices, and that's why T3 is so popular. Getting back to compatibility with other third-party components, have you guys had success with VirtueMart? Do you know if people are installing and using VirtueMart well? It's a question from Ove from Sweden.
All right. The VirtueMart is only support 2.5. And we just released a template that support VirtueMart, the Hank store. Right. So this is a VirtueMart template.
Okay.
You can see it, right? It's totally compatible with T3.
Okay. Very good. Still getting a lot of people saying thank you for the webinar today. Getting a lot of good information. Okay, so
any other questions?
yeah, there are a few here. Ulysses posted a question. Is the demo builder on the JoomlArt site similar to Theme Magic? As I didn't notice Theme Magic was available for the 2.5 version. Is that correct?
The demo builder is different thing. Theme Magic is a part of T3, but the demo builder is that's a customization of our system. It's allow you to create an exact clone of demo site. So it's not a Theme Magic at all, right?
Okay, got it. Tom posted a question about fonts, getting back to those fonts. And Tom, I did pass that tip along, so thank you for that. Let's see. Oh yeah, so you guys were talking about Code School or code.org, and Frank commented that we also recommend w3schools.com is a great tool for helping learn that code. So Ryan says, thanks, guys. A lot of people saying thank you. Again, if we don't get to your question, I'm going to steal the screen back here in a moment. I only booked these guys for another 10 minutes. I want to get to everything I can. John has said, this has been really good. I love the flexibility. I'm going to learn how to use T3V3. I'm going to show everyone your forum in just a moment if we need to have following up. Great info. Please keep me posted on any more. Sure we will. Yes, we'll definitely be checking this out. It looks extremely nice and well put together. Okay, here's another question from Doreen. When you load a pre-made logo, a PNG, into the logo under theme, what actual position does that correspond to, and how can its layout be controlled?
So the question is about the logo position, right?
Yeah, so if you're uploading a logo there, how can, what position does it actually go in? I think you're showing it right now.
Normally in all of our template, we don't really use any position for the logo because it is something you shouldn't be using the moving position. First of all, because of the responsive setting, it's really hard to make it properly coded if you use moving position. And in responsive template, we use a lot of driven type logo sign for each screen size to optimize the speed and the performance of the template. So you may have to go to the templates file and modify it yourself. So it requires a little bit coding experience.
Okay. And Anton has posted a question. I think this will be the last question for today. Anton says, if I am on T3V2, there is no way to update to test the framework. Does he have to build an all-new site with T3V3?
Yes, you have to do it on a backend.
Okay.
Because the version 2 is not based on Bootstrap at all. Right. All right. Any other questions?
Right. Nope. You know what? That's going to be it today. I'm actually going to steal the presentation back. I just kind of want to remind everybody of some of the resources that are available. And you should be able to see my screen now. And this is our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CloudAccess. You can review this webinar later today. I'm going to scroll down. It's going to be right here in this special Joomla webinars playlist. And also, go visit JoomlArt at YouTube. So youtube.com/JoomlArt. They have a ton of great resources here, as they were pointing out. And they also have a forum. So visit them at JoomlArt.com. Go to their forums and get some more information as well. Resources here, videos. Guys, a pretty good webinar. A lot of people still saying thank you. And we really appreciate you doing the webinar with us. We'd be happy to do one again in the future. So Peter and Hung, I'm going to go ahead and end the webinar now. But thanks for stopping by, all right?
Thank you guys so much. We're happy to be here, and we're happy to spread the word about T3, and hopefully even more people get involved and help us to improve it.
All right. Take care and good luck, everybody, developing your T3V3 site. Feel free to reach out to CloudAccess.net, attend any of our upcoming special webinars. Just want to show off some of those upcoming events here. And if you come to our site at CloudAccess.net, go to Joomla Webinars. And of course, we have free daily events, learning the basics and just getting started with Joomla, but come to upcoming special webinars here. Our next webinar is going to be next week on Wednesday. John Social is going to stop by and show us how to set up John Social, the most popular social networking component within Joomla. Stack Ideas is also going to stop by the following week to talk about EasyBlog, so we can learn about one of the most popular blogging components for Joomla. We have an AEC webinar. This is for memberships and subscriptions. Following that, we have many other events coming up as well. And stay tuned. We're arranging those right now. Hung and Peter, feel free to reach out and get a hold of us in the future if you ever want to get back. And good luck, everybody. Take care, and thanks for attending.